Welcome back to Got No Control Podcast. I am your host, Ronek, and before I introduce my special guest today, I want to give a special shout out to our sponsors that help these episodes be possible. 360 Spray Paint. 360 Spray Paint is a spray paint company that distributed and manufactured out of Mexico, and they aim to offer high quality spray paint to all spray paint enthusiasts. So make sure to check them out at 360 Spray Paint. Also, I want to give a shout out to Stickers LA. Are you looking to get some custom stickers? Make sure to check out stickersla.com and use Got No Control as a code to receive 50% off your next order. This does not include any promotion deals. So make sure to check them out at Sticker LA. And with that being said, I want to give a special introduction to my special guest today, Heaven. How are you doing today, brother?
Hey, pretty good, man. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thank you for allowing me to come out to your studio. What you have accomplished here is amazing. It's a great thing to be able to witness to my own two eyes, you know, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. And let's jump into this, brother.
Right on.
I want to start by asking you, how was it growing up for Heaven, and what is home to Heaven?
Well, I grew up in Boyle Heights. You know, I grew up in Pico Aliso housing
Okay.
projects. So it was Aliso Village, Pico Aliso, and Pico Gardens.
Okay.
And I really loved growing up there, man. It was lots of fun, especially summertime. So just imagine, like hundreds of kids, man, just
Playing with the water hose.
fucking water balloon fights, bro. It was unexpected, man. I wish I could still go back
Yeah.
and you know.
It's an amazing thing how I used to be back then, because I still had the chance to witness that from my childhood.
Yeah.
And to see some of the kids out now that they just want to be stuck on the phone.
Oh, man.
Bro, you gotta enjoy life.
They're missing, man.
You gotta enjoy
The fresh
life.
air, the fresh air outside. You know, especially out in California, man.
Yeah.
You know, the sun's going down, and then you get like a little bit of water in you. And, you know what I mean? A lot of splashing, a lot of kick the can.
How was it growing up at home for you? Did you have a big family? Did you come from a big
Oh
family?
yeah, I do, man. I do actually. My mom, originally from Sinaloa, Mexico.
Okay.
Great cook,
Awesome.
great cook, bro. She would cook for everyone in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
She would cook for everyone in the neighborhood. She would just invite a lot. So my house was always full, man.
Yeah.
Because of my mom cooking.
Okay.
Everybody would just, you know, even if they were like 5 miles away, they could still smell the cooking. Her cooking, bro. Like, hey, I'm you know.
The antennas. Hey, I can smell
Are
it.
you smiling? You know, you're cooking this song. And they would just show up. So my house was always full, bro.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank God.
And what was your first introduction to being creative, to your knowledge? What were your first steps in becoming a creative individual?
I gotta say, when I was in Mexico, I gotta say, we started creating with making little sculptures, little bonitos, and
Okay.
UFO ships out of mud, bro. Just 'cause, you know, there was a lot of dirt, you got water, of course,
And make.
and just make whatever. Yeah, and I think that was my first introduction to art.
Kind of like, okay, I want to make him look like this. Let me put a little leg here. let me
Yeah. And then you get a little bit of water, and then I remember making UFO ships. Well, I don't even know what makes. Probably my friend was making them. Because then you gotta get the plate smooth, you know. So you have a little bit of water, and I remember being pretty particular about getting it smooth and stuff. You know. Yeah.
And you say this was in Mexico.
In Mexico, yeah, and I was about like 5 years old.
Oh, so you were born in Mexico.
I was born in Mexico.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, sir. Mexicali, Mexico.
Do you kind of remember the transition from Mexico to LA as a child?
Yeah, when I first came here, man, it was a whole other thing here. You know, the city, Los Angeles.
What year would you say that was?
It was probably like 75 or 77.
Okay, so you were kind of like in your early teens.
No. I was a little baby.
Oh, you were young. Like,
I was young. Yeah, I was like maybe 6, 7 years old.
Oh, so you were young.
I was young.
Yeah.
I was
So it's
young.
kind of hard to remember.
Yeah, it's a little hard to remember. Yeah.
And at what point did any type of spray paint knowledge come into your life?
Well, I still remember the very first time I picked up an aerosol can. I was 12 years old.
Okay.
And there was a lot of factories where I grew up at. So I remember that there was a pickup truck, and I think I peeked in the back, and there was an aerosol can. But the aerosol can contained motor oil.
Okay.
So that's what I used to write the first time I ever wrote with spray can with motor oil.
And what do you think encouraged you to actually want to spray paint something?
Well, there was a lot of writers around. I mean, a lot of taquilos. There was a lot of taquilos around that were marking their tribe, their tribal name. You know, there was about eight different tribes there, and man, you know, they would do their own English letters.
Okay.
You know, they would do very disciplined and what you know, very I don't know if the word can't come up, but you could clearly understand it.
Okay,
you know,
they took pride in being persistent.
They took pride in being persistent, and so a lot of old English writing, and then so you have their Art Deco, Art Nouveau, so you can see the European blood in there too. You know what I mean?
For those that will listen to this and don't understand or never heard the word, you said
taquilos.
Taquilos?
Yeah.
Can you kind of?
Yeah. So the taquilos were it comes from los Aztecas.
Okay.
And those were the ones that were doing the hieroglyphics, that were actually doing the chiseling.
Oh, okay.
Doing the hieroglyphics where there's like the pyramids and living the history behind.
Oh, okay.
Those were the taquilos. So like to me now, we're like the modern taquilos, those graffiteros.
Okay.
You know, even a lot of these graffiteros, or even the tribe men, you know, that marked their territory, those are the taquilos of modern.
And back then, when you would see that taquitos mark up with Old English and their persistence and their style, can you speak a little about how was it? Was it kind of like today, where kind of like you could get it, someone writes over it, or someone, you know, kind of like, I guess the best way you could say is disrespect the spot.
Oh no, yeah. Well, you had to be aware. You had to be aware of your surroundings.
Okay.
You had to be aware of your surroundings, you know, because then it's the whole other level.
But it was kind of, is it fair to say it's kind of like once you've seen these, what I call placazos, once you've seen these placazos, you kind of already knew where you were at, right?
Oh yeah. That's how LA that's how you know where you were at. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if it's like in the east side, the west side, even the west side writing, you could tell there was a lot more a curve. There was a lot more curve writing in the writing. Like I would say, like the east side of the bridge, there was more of a you had your 45 degrees.
Oh, okay.
And all that, you know what I mean? But then I think and I don't know what that is. It could be like more European influence. So I have no clue what that is. Why the writing is different, but it was different.
So back then it was kind of like you don't got to worry about the stop sign or you're on 6th Street. No, you got to look at the placazos.
Yeah, you know where you're at. Yeah, just by the placazos, you know you're in this neighborhood or that neighborhood. You know.
And at what point do you get introduced to graffiti?
I gotta say, well, Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure what year did that come out. I'm not sure, like.
At the top of my head, I don't remember.
Yeah, 83. But then when I went to Radiotron, with Carmelo Alvarez, yes, I saw like what the Ali Bomb Squad I did, and that just blew my fucking mind. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is this thing? Man, I was like, I want to do that. You know what I mean? I didn't say I want to do that, but it inspired me. My subconscious, just the color, and the discipline of the straight lines.
Yeah.
Just the colors, bro. I gotta say, it almost looked like a Christmas tree.
Okay. Like you just want to know what present you got.
Yeah, exactly. So you were like, you know, you're in the present.
Okay.
You know, like they say, you know, God gives you a present.
Yeah.
So to be present, every day is a present. So you open it up like a present.
So being in Boyle Heights, what directed you to end up at Radiotron?
Well, I had a friend named Robert. He grew up in Huntington Park, Wizard, and he was a badass fucking pop knocker, bro. Pop popper. He was bad. He was one of the. I could say he was one of the best, and he took me with my friend. He's the one that introduced me to the Radiotron, and also we had the LA street scene.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard, like the LA street scene was they closed off streets in downtown.
Oh wow!
So there was I remember guys showing up with albums. There was a lot of break dancing going on, but guys showing up with their albums, and then they showed me pictures of the Radiotron.
Oh.
And I was just blown away, bro. I was like, damn, what is it? And then there was another kid where I grew up.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? and you don't even know where it comes from. I always say it comes from God. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
You know.
And for those that don't understand the value that Radiotron brought to the West Coast, Los Angeles, when it came to hip hop, graffiti, popping, and breaking, can you speak a little bit about the value that Radiotron brought?
Well, I always said it that when Carmelo Alvarez brought the Radiotron, I think it saved a lot of lives.
Okay.
Like 100%.
Okay.
Because think about it, like 1984. If you look at history,
Yeah.
there was a lot happening.
Definitely.
A lot
yeah.
got introduced. A lot of stuff got introduced.
A lot of good and bad.
A lot of good and bad. I mean, the '84 Olympics.
Yeah.
But with that comes a lot of stuff. You know. So
Yeah.
so in the way what Carmelo did was just to me saved a lot of lives. He really did. He really did, and then a lot of creativity with that. You know, like
Nice.
good stuff, good original creativity.
And then witnessing Radiotron, right? You get to Radiotron, you see the bombs cost 12 and it inspires you. But at what point do you kind of like start saying, you know what, I want to enter this realm of art?
I gotta say, well, I mean, everybody starts with writing, with tagging and stuff.
Yeah.
But actually, piecing, I gotta say, like it was like sort of like 80, 86,
Okay.
87 ish. And then remember, I grew up around the LA River,
Yeah.
so we were going to the LA River, and then also where I in the projects we had Aliso Village and Pico Gardens, they didn't have rooftops. We
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Pico Aliso had rooftops.
Okay.
So then I started going on my rooftop
Yeah.
and spray painting up there. Yeah, and it was like, you know, like it was.
So it's fair to say that you started just catching tags and then slowly developed into bombing and then.
Oh
piecing.
yeah. And then you go to the Belmont Tunnel
Gotcha.
and then start seeing like what they had there, and I'm, oh man, you get inspired. And then going down First Street by near Tommy's, Crime had that famous piece that was there in the store.
El Reynaldo's?
Ronaldo's, yeah, that was very inspiring to me.
Okay.
So I gotta say, like that piece was inspiring to me, and then that other piece from New York that said Wild Style.
Yeah.
Those two pieces were very influential. And then of course the homies to hit up MacArthur Park.
Yeah.
That was another whole other.
For those that don't understand the value that Reynaldo piece by Crime brought to LA, right? As somebody that was walking by and witnessing and watching it, can you talk a little bit about what that did for just the graffiti culture?
Just imagine you're living in 1985 or or whatever, 19. Just imagine you seeing for the first time
Yeah.
a Camaro.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You've seen a Camaro for the first time with a Firebird.
Yeah.
I could kind of compare it to that.
Oh.
For the first, you're like, what is this? Because before that, you would see like the Pinto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Nova.
Yeah.
But then you saw the Camaro, you're like, oh,
What is that?
Shoot, what is that shit? Like, so that's what I could compare
Okay.
that crime piece,
Nice.
that influence that it brought to LA.
So he was a big factor when it came to.
No, it did. He was a big factor, a big influence amongst a lot of folks.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
So he's definitely a pioneer.
Definitely a pioneer. Yeah, definitely.
And was Heaven your first name when you started, or did you have another name?
No, my first name I started writing was Carlos.
Carlos. Okay.
Carlos. From Carlos, I went to Goldie,
Goldie.
and then from Goldie, I went to Sino.
Sino.
Yeah. And then when I turned 18, I started writing Heaven.
Okay. And where does the name Heaven come from? Was it developed from a thought or something you seen?
I have no clue, bro.
It just sounded.
I've been asked a lot of times. It just came to me, and I said, man, I want to start writing Heaven. Bro.
Yeah.
If somebody's having a bad day, as cliche as it sounds, somebody's having a bad day, I put Heaven up, and then, oh, Heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven, just for that one second. And then I started writing it everywhere.
And was there any other guys that were doing graffiti at the moment aside of Crime that kind of like inspired you in a way?
Oh yeah, well there was my friend Cash.
Cash.
Rest in peace,
Rest in peace,
Cash.
Cash.
Then there's Tent. Man, rest in peace too, man.
Rest in peace,
Tent. Tent. And then there's homie Deffer. But at that time, Deffer kind of has slowed down a little bit. But
Okay.
yeah, definitely Cash and Tent.
Okay.
Around that time.
Gotcha.
Around that time.
And what was available? I know you mentioned the rooftops in Belmont Tunnel and Radiotron, But at that point, were you guys still just painting the Belmont Tunnel, or were you branching out to like freeway spots?
Oh
Or
no, we had the panic zone.
the panic zone.
The panic zone, yeah, that was so we went off on there. By saying went off, we were just studying, man, studying
Yeah.
color form, letter form, sharpness, can
Okay.
control. We were just experimenting with a lot of good stuff, man.
Definitely.
A lot of good stuff, a lot of Camaros, man. You know what I mean? Just a lot of dynamic, kind of trying to be original.
And I know I've been in multiple conversations, right, where I speak to other writers that were at that time there, and they talk about how being a graffiti writer back then, it was kind of like there was levels to it. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like you really wanted to have your stuff sharp, your letters
Right,
flowing,
right.
your 3D on point. Is that something you took pride in doing?
Later, later on, I did. I mean, even if you were tagging,
Yeah.
you took pride in,
And your hand style.
your hand style, yeah, yeah. So you were pretty. I would say a lot of us were pretty hard on ourselves.
I also know that some New York writers did make their way down to LA around those times.
Right.
Were you ever able to connect with any?
Never
Okay.
connected with any of those guys. I was just. I mean, being that I was raised in the projects, you were hardly ever leave the projects.
Okay.
And then when I did leave it, I would just go to the panic zone,
Yeah.
which is a mile away. Just walk over there and then come into the back, full of cans, and then just hit it up.
Can you speak a little bit about your utensils of choice, right? Because back then you guys were very limited to what you guys had available to use to paint.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about how did you come about grabbing your cans and what were you using to get up at that moment?
Well, I mean, silvers, it's Krylons.
Okay.
Krylons. Then we had I used to just use the stock tips, just the red
Okay.
tips. But then once I started kind of hanging out with Cash and Tempt and some of the homies, they introduced Jack.
Okay.
They introduced the tester tips,
The
which was
tester.
the white
Yeah.
white tips, and then you were able to create sharp lines, come back and cut
Okay.
stuff, touch up your piece.
Because you come from a time where it was a lot do it yourself, right?
Oh yeah.
Where you have to be creative, like, hey,
Yeah.
let me connect this or let me break this and
Yeah.
put that together.
Yeah.
To where now it's like you can just go into a shop and hey,
Yeah, but with my stuff. Well, we were mixing it up. We were being sharp about it, but then we were doing a lot of blending too.
okay,
Just going nuts, man, with the color.
yeah,
Just throwing colors here, throwing colors there, and then sometimes we even take the nozzle little thingy from the tip, and then fucking go nuts and do some Jackson Pollock kind of shit.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean on that wall, and then we come back and then outline inside.
okay. I know also like in the beginning stages of graffiti in LA, you had a lot of things that happened, like shows.
Right.
For example, like you had the first graffiti expo that happened and stuff like that. Did you ever take part in on any of those type of events?
I took part in one event that it was at the Pico House.
At the Pico House.
Yeah, there was one event that Heriberto Oriol actually had.
Okay.
I was not part of that. I didn't make the cut. I did.
Yeah.
After that, I took part in a show that we had there. A lot of writers showed up.
Okay.
And then there was a few other ones actually. I think it was NBC Studios in Hollywood off of Santa Monica. I remember Temp took me there,
Okay.
and there was a lot of writers, man. A lot of Dream. Just a lot of hundreds of writers. I could just keep thinking about Dream because he's the one that kind of let us in, to the back door.
Coming from the background that you did, brother, did you ever think that graffiti was ever going to even make it to a gallery?
No.
No?
I didn't even think about that. I didn't
Yeah.
even know what galleries were.
To see, to grow up with guys and paint among other writers, and then to now be at galleries with them at a young age, how's that feeling? How is that emotion?
Man, that's a question because I mean definitely appreciative.
Yeah.
Especially most of as far as my friends that I grew up with, there was a lot of times where it got really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, I could probably say like growing up with wolves
Okay.
and then surviving that, and then to now showing with them, and then my friends showing like in museums.
Okay.
It's really, really, really grateful about that for sure.
Definitely.
You know, it's outstanding.
It's an explainable emotion.
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
you can't explain it because you know it's a lot of us a lot of us didn't make it. You know what I mean?
Man, may those guys rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
Los Angeles also had a bus movement, right, with the RTD bus.
Oh yeah.
Did you take part in any of them?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Oh yeah, like inside. I never really hit the outside.
Okay.
But the inside definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it very outgoing though? Like, can you hop on a bus and meet another guy there? Like, oh damn, this guy.
Oh
rides
yeah. But see, back then people were more kind of didn't really say, "Oh, I'm a writer." You know what I mean?
Okay.
But you knew they were writing because they'll have like ink on their hands and
Yeah.
stuff. But people were more like
Incognito. Like
incognito. Yeah, they were more incognito. Like you wouldn't know who that writer was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know. I mean, it was something where like everybody was riding on the bus and
Yeah.
to go all city and it was a crazy time.
Yeah, when I remember I read some graphics, I never knew they were writers. I mean, they looked more like hard rock, like long hair and
Yeah.
stuff. Because I was used to seeing like graffiti writers with like Adidas,
Yeah.
Kangos, and
Yeah.
the whole New York thing. But then you start meeting writers that they didn't dress like that. Dress like California, kind of.
And that's something that I
Shorts
think
and
that's beautiful in the culture because there's not really a certain look to a writer,
Nah.
It could be anything and anybody that writes, and it's
Right.
like it's all mutual love. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I grew up with nothing but punk rockers, and
Okay.
they all painted graffiti. So,
Yeah, there you go.
And it was like
There you
sometimes
go.
I trip out like, damn, you just never know who it could be.
Nah, man. Nah, I mean, yeah, punk rocker, disco.
Yeah.
You know,
And did you get an opportunity to move around, like leave LA to paint or no?
no, not really, man. We just stayed in Wall Heights, man.
Yeah.
Stay there, stay at the, the Belmont, I painted there, but not that much. So usually I painting the roofs,
Okay.
the projects, or else the paneling home.
And at what point does K2S come into your life, entering such a legendary crew?
Well, it was for second to none, and
Okay.
I think that was in, I would say like 88, 89.
So you enter STN first.
Yeah,
Okay.
STN, and then K2S later on.
Okay.
After I was more developed and stuff, you know what I mean?
So it's kind of like you develop a bit and then now you're ready.
Yeah. Now I'm ready and stuff.
And how does it feel, brother, to be among other creatives that have taken K2S to such a high level?
Oh man, wow! I mean, there's just so much out there right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do know like as far as pioneering.
Yeah.
LA Bomb Squad, K2S STN was kind of, I think to me in my eyes, was kind of set apart just because of the originality
Yeah.
and the discipline of lines and creativity that it brought.
Yeah, definitely.
The early 90s. Whoa, late 80s,
Okay.
or mid 80s, and then it went on to the early 90s.
Were you there for the 90s where the Fox 11 did this whole segment and had the tag banging section?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't part of that, but I seen it. They blew it up just like the media blows up a bunch of stories about things. You know what I mean?
But I mean, was it really fair to say that was like really very effective in the graffiti culture, or you just had the certain individuals that would do that?
No, I think it was part of like a movement, man.
Yeah.
Part of a movement, but just kids having fun and weekend fun and again they blew it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They blew it up and you got to think about it too. Like a lot of like writers that were doing that. You got older brothers that are probably part of something else.
Okay.
So there's a lot of influence. So LA's you get influenced by all kinds of things. You know what I mean? But I think the creativity, the good energy was always there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was always there. I mean, we had trains, but we always like the buses and you go breakdancing course and stuff. But I'm trying to say we're like the markings and stuff.
Okay.
You know.
And then when Belmont Tunnel closes, right? Because we all know it. Unfortunately, it closes down, and Panic Soul is no longer no more.
Right.
Radio Chunk closed too.
Yeah.
What was next for Heaven? Like, what was your next move there?
Well, I gotta say before the Belmont Tunnel closed, there was a big uprising here with graffiti. Because it kind of slowed down. Yeah, graffiti got kind of slowed down in LA.
Uh-huh.
Everybody was just kind of like doing their own thing, you know.
Okay.
Becoming responsible adults and stuff. But then there was like another like energy that was at the Belmont Tunnel. I forgot what year it was. Then it closed, right?
Okay.
Then it closed. But as for me, I just kind of kept doing art.
Okay.
Not as much and stuff. I mean, I had a mentor that took me in, Robert Graham, and so I was doing sculptures working for him.
Shout out to Robert.
Yeah, rest in peace as well. Working with him, and so I still kept on doing art with him.
Okay. And what do you think opened your mind to this new abstract style that you developed?
I gotta say, I have no clue, bro. I just started, like we were talking earlier, I started doing like 2 lines, 3 lines, and then next thing you know, I'm like, shit, if I do more lines, then something will come on, something will be there. And it's just like going into the mystery, bro, the unknown and searching.
Going deep into your thoughts and bringing them to life.
Yeah, I mean, the first ones I did, I titled it Rivers of Life.
Rivers of Life.
Yeah, so kind of like the rivers, the water flowing, hugging the rocks, hugging Mother Earth, and the sand, the bears.
Okay.
Kind of Mother Nature, and then I started doing the Murmuration series, which is like respect among the birds, and then I made a Native American many years ago.
Okay.
And he talked about murmuration, that he would wish that humans were like that, like could fly together.
Move all as one.
Move all as one.
Yeah.
Move all as one. And so that's the new acrylic, the new lucite pieces. That's where that comes from and stuff.
Because you also do vinyl sculpting, right?
No, it's not vinyl. That's bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah, bronze and then stainless steel.
And then you got the big ones over there that are vinyls. The one with the lights? Oh, the acrylic. They're
The
acrylic.
acrylic, yeah, the lucites.
Yeah.
The lucites, yeah, I do those as well. So those are like, you have the murmuration, but then you also have like graffiti art in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing about graffiti art. There's no rules, man. You can just
go ham.
Go fucking ham and shit. You know what I mean? So a lot of them is like kind of like, I would say like good things born out of darkness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Murmuration, rivers of life. So there's a lot of light. There's a lot of hope in my
Okay.
heart, my motherfucking heart. Yeah, my heart. You could edit that out.
But it's fair to say that this is how you express your creativity.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fair to say that it's a lot of healing going on too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. From a lot of the consuming of stuff back then. Like I was saying, I'm going on 4 years sober.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and man, it feels good, and this has been like my therapy to stay sober.
That's a great therapy.
Shit is, bro.
Just get lost in color and put stuff together.
Yeah, lost in color and then lost in lines and trying to figure it out. Because a lot of the stuff is you're putting it together, and then sometimes it's like, man, what am I doing? You know what I mean?
And you still kind of like keep your eye out for the current graffiti culture that's going around.
Oh yeah, man, it's incredible what's going on, bro. Incredible, man. especially like everything the guys are doing. You know, first and then you had like the realism stuff that was going on. You know what I mean? In like Europe and Mexico.
Yeah.
Man, bro. And then now you got like abstract, like lettering.
And it just keeps going up.
And it's beautiful too. It's not like these guys are throwing whatever. No, man. There's a lot of discipline
Definitely
involved. A lot of discipline and commitment and passion involved, bro. I mean, it's incredible, man. Incredible.
What can you speak on as far as graffiti? Somewhere that graffiti took you that was kind of like a monumental moment for you.
I gotta say, by meeting all kinds of cool individuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely meeting all kinds of, and then no matter where, if you're a graffiti artist, if you're a taquilo, you could be anywhere around the world. And if you meet another graffiti artist, they're gonna be like, hey, come chill with me, bro.
Let's paint. Let's do something.
Paint, and you don't have somewhere to stay. They'll be like, hey, come stay at my pad, bro. It's cool, you know. So that never happened to me, but I'm sure it happened. And it happened before. But yeah, just meeting all kinds of different folks, man.
Nice.
With all kinds of cool stories and stuff, and breaking bread with them, and meeting their culture and what they eat at their table and stuff. That to me, that's like fucking dope.
While you were, back then painting, did you kind of ever take a part in any like friendly battles or anything of that nature?
No, no, I never took any. I was seeing like battles and stuff, like the famous Hex and Slick battle, and then I witnessed that battle. I witnessed both battles.
Yeah.
At the Levitt's Yard on Belmont, both the Belmont Tunnel and the Levitt's, and then I witnessed when like the Blue Crew battled MAK.
Blue Crew and MAK.
Yeah, they battled it out at
How was that?
Tunnel. It was pretty amazing, man. I mean, both of them threw down. Bro.
Yeah.
Both of them off. I was like, yeah.
They did their thing.
They did their thing. They handled their shit. Both of them.
And that's to me, I think that's an amazing thing that certain individuals come together and kind of just have a friendly battle.
Yeah,
and that's it. You know?
Yeah, I think Duke when Hex and Slick battled, Duke wrote on there, "Why can't our wars be settled on a wall?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be an amazing thing.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Man, there'd be a lot of toys. There'll be a lot of toys going on, but they'll handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a good manner.
How was it being there though? Like, I know, not to get too deep into it because I know that there's a lot of history on that.
Yeah.
How was it being there with something that got so much media?
Well, the first one, I think it was like an accidental thing between Slick and Hex. It was like, I think Slick talked about it before in different spots, but I think it was, at the time you don't realize, right?
Yeah.
Because you're witnessing history and stuff.
Yeah.
But just like the creativity that went on, man, it was incredible, bro. Creativity, and then you have all these people from LA coming and checking it out, being part of history, witnessing history. I think that was pretty incredible, man.
You being part of like, some of the very early graffiti writers in LA, right?
Right.
Because there wasn't that many of you guys.
Right.
There was already some muralists out here that had nothing to do with graffiti.
Right.
How was it kind of like meeting these people? Because I know some of them kind of had a chip on their shoulders over graffiti writers.
Right.
Because they felt like their way was the only way.
Right.
And then you see the new wave of kids come in, and
Well, I mean, to me, when I met them, it was like, wow, these guys are the ones that they were like heroes to me. They were like superheroes to me because they painted all these like marvelous murals, you know. But at the same time, they didn't really appreciate us. I think because a lot of us were. I think it was like the New York influence of tagging. So it was something new to them.
Yeah.
Right, and then plus there was like after the 1984 Olympics, a lot of the murals got vandalized on the freeway.
Okay.
So that was happening. So I saw a lot of that little tension there. But now look what's happening now.
A lot of great things.
A lot of great things with graffiti. My friend would call it urban hidden literature.
Urban hidden literature.
Urban hidden literature. Yeah, urban because it's son de las calles.
Yeah.
Hidden because you gotta decipher the letters.
Yeah.
And then it's literature. You know what I mean?
That's a very great way to put it.
Yeah, because then now you're like, because as graffiti artists, we still kind of get it a little
Yeah.
from the folks up there. You know what I mean? Oh, it's just another graffiti artist. But little do they know, a lot of graffiti artists went on to college and became doctors.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a few guys that are out
You got
there.
actors,
Professionals,
Yeah.
professionals, law-abiding citizens. You know what I mean? And yeah.
How do you feel about that building right now, the skyscraper?
I think it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, I pass through there every day. I'm like, oh, I wish I could go up there, man. But man, you gotta be in shape to go up those 32
Yeah.
something stairs. And I think it's great. I think it's just a beautiful way of expressing.
I went down there and it's a must see in person because I mean,
it's a
the
whole
videos and pictures are great on the
Yeah,
internet,
yeah.
but actually being there and witnessing,
Yeah.
it's a whole different energy.
Energy is just like irradiates.
Yeah.
Right, like outside, just like almost like a swarm of bees that just buzzing around.
I love the fact how it brought more light to the graffiti culture because for a while it seemed like nobody was really acknowledging graffiti culture.
Well, see, LA is so spread out
Yeah,
that there's a lot of tribes, right?
Yeah.
Thousands of them,
yeah,
and then just building just kind of it was like the swarm of bees came to the hive.
yeah,
But look what's happening though. Look, so it was abandoned for 3 years.
yeah,
It caused attention.
definitely.
Now they're gonna clean it up and do something with it.
Yeah.
Good things born out of darkness.
What they're gonna do, who knows? But they're gonna do something.
Yeah, they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
And something soon. Something soon, very soon,
Yeah, because I know now it's kind of getting to where like a lot of people are getting involved. And,
Yeah.
But man, shout out to everyone that took the time to go up there and leave their mark behind.
I think that these guys that went up there, they could do whatever they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Anything. They could be an engineer. They could go to the moon.
Yeah.
Like I'm not bullshitting, bro. Because they put their life on the line. Like being on that edge, bro.
Yeah.
That edge, you know what I mean? So they could do whatever they want to do, bro.
It's
Anything.
It's the passion that
Passion.
passionately driven.
And especially like now the times that we're living in, there's a lot of stuff going on around the world.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark. I think that's definitely a light.
Throughout your whole graffiti journey, brother, is there anything that you might regret doing or not doing?
Nah. The only thing, there was one time, I regret it. We did a piece,
Yeah.
and it was in a basement,
Okay.
and then we slept there, bro. So yeah, so we did it, and we slept there. So I could just imagine the fumes, what it did to
Oh,
me.
just breathing them in.
Yeah, and then we slept. We
Yeah.
fucking slept there. So I'm like, the next day, my nose was all plugged up with pain and stuff. That's about it. That's about the only thing I think. Like, what was I thinking, man? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
as far as you're nothing.
Coming from a time where social media wasn't really a thing like it is today, how was it? How was the introduction to social media for you? Was it something that was kind of like, it's cool, or it was even effective and your surrounding?
Well, I mean, it did change the game. I think
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, man.
Yeah,
I think the communication got easier. I think.
that definitely.
Because you could do a piece and then put it online, and somebody from around the world will see it.
Yeah.
So in that term, I think it was.
It's like if it wasn't kind of getting the Polaroid going out there,
Yeah.
and then reveal, oh, I don't like it, go take another one.
Yeah. Nah, then this is it's right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's right there. So I think it was pretty dope. It has its pros and cons, like everything.
Yeah, definitely. Where do you see graffiti 50 years from today?
50 years from today.
You think it's still going to be as passionately driven as it is now?
Well,
I hope it still is.
I think it is, and I think it's actually going to be like a can that sprays in the air.
Ooh.
So you'll be able to see.
Like a drone type thing?
Yeah, but not like a drone, but just so you're going to be able to spray,
Yeah.
and then that spray's going to be able to stay here.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So you do your piece in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's but then it's not going to be cause any harm to the environment and stuff.
Okay.
I think there's going to be some guy that's a graffiti artist now. He's not even a graffiti artist now. he's being he's being
Yeah.
conceived, right? and then but his parents are graffiti artists,
Yeah.
right? So then, but then they're vegan.
Uh-huh.
They're very conscious, aware of the environment,
Yeah.
but they like graffiti art. So then they're gonna create this spray can. Actually, the spray can, the molecules become seeds.
Oh wow.
So they'll spray in the air, and then after it dissolves, then the spray, the aerosol, it goes, and then it lands and it becomes seeds, and then it creates like fruit trees.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It becomes
Yeah.
comida. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the future of graffiti, bro.
That's
50 years from now.
that's a great predicament there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
It's food. It's gonna become like spray paint's gonna be food.
Do you think there's a reason why there was never a brand made in LA for LA when it came to spray paint?
I never.
Have you ever thought about that? Like, if you think about it now, most of the cans and companies are all out of overseas.
They are.
Yeah, like I don't
What
think-
about Krylon? What was Krylon?
Yeah, but Krylon, even though they're the staple for graffiti,
Right.
right in the early stages, they're very anti-graffiti. They
Yeah, I know.
They want nothing to do with
Yeah, I
graffiti.
know.
right?
I know. I heard.
So it's kind of like I wouldn't really count them in just
Okay.
because of
What
that.
about Rust-Oleum?
I think Rust-Oleum is kind of in the same boat as well.
Uh,
They just want to be very corporate. They're not
Okay.
really open to
right.
creativity or any type of
Okay.
muralism with their
Okay.
paint.
Okay.
So it's just a thought,
Yeah.
how
Well, there's a lot of different forms of. I've seen people like using the spray gun now.
oh yeah, you're right.
Using
Yeah.
the spray gun, different, and then people are using like the brushes.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like these guys that are like super famous using the brush work.
And rollers.
Rollers, brushes, just all kinds of cool stuff, and they're being creative and disciplined about it.
Yeah.
It's really, really fucking dope.
And that's the amazing thing about it, being consistent with your craft,
Yeah.
and investing as much time as you can into it to be the best that you can possibly be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And going back into a bit of graffiti, so now that you're being from K2S for the amount of time that you've been,
Yeah.
can you kind of speak about the brotherhood of K2S? Like, do you guys come together and do murals together, or do you guys have any type of like?
Yeah, well, at one point we started doing, I think it was called like Monday Night Rituals.
Okay.
We would like pick a spot and we'll go and kind of do black book sessions and stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we're doing that for a while, and then everybody just gets busy.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure it'll pick up again. And once in a while, we'll like get together and create a production stuff.
Yeah, that's dope that you guys
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Once in a while, I mean, now that we're older, shit. I mean, I'm a grandfather, bro. You know what I mean? So.
It's like, go hit the black session or go hang out with the grandson.
Yeah. So then responsibilities
Yeah.
and stuff. But people are always doing, even though we don't come together, but when we do, we'll create a production. But people are always like hitting the black books.
Yeah.
If they're not doing one thing, they're doing a mural or tattooing, and, just being creative.
It's a great thing though, that even though you
It
guys are
is.
so busy, you guys
Yeah.
are able to even just call each other or
Yeah. Oh no. We definitely fuck around and call each other and talk shit and whatever.
What's one thing that the viewers should know about heaven that you feel that nobody knows?
That nobody knows about heaven. When people ask me, because I have an accent out.
Okay.
Where are you from? I like to, I'm originally from Mexico,
Yeah.
but I like to say I'm from the world.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, being like when I moved to Venice,
Yeah.
I met people from all around the world.
Okay.
You know what I mean? From like growing up in the projects, just knowing my peoples and
Yeah.
people that I grew up around, then moving to Venice, I just met people from Japan,
Yeah.
from Europe, from Jamaica. So I was like, man, it was great, like cool, man. They come into people's homes and different kind of foods and stuff. So that's one thing I like to say that. Like, I am from Mexico. I love my Mexico. I
Yeah.
love my gente. But I can say that la humanidad. You know what I mean? La humanidad
Yeah.
primero. You know what
Gotcha.
I mean? Like that's what
And meeting all these people in Venice, was this through art or was it just meeting in general?
just in general, bro.
Okay.
Just in general, a lot of musicians.
Okay.
A lot of creativity.
Okay.
Lots of creativity. Now it's kind of gone now because of what's going on all over LA. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? Just a lot of changes and stuff. But it's still around. It's still
Okay.
around. Not as much as before, but it's still around.
And what's next for Heaven? In the near 2-3 years from today, what do you see?
Oh man, I just trying to take it day by day.
Yeah.
I try to live in the present, the
Okay.
moment, and then just give it all, give it my all and stuff. And then just gotta keep creating.
What would you say to a young kid right now in LA somewhere that might see this and be like, you know what, I want to start painting?
Start painting. Start painting. You know, too, the other thing too, like you can start painting, but then you can start writing, like writing letters. Sometimes, like you don't have to necessarily paint. You could like walk down the street and look at like the shadows of trees,
Yeah.
the sounds of birds, the arguments of people, you know, people fighting and shit. You know what I mean? Like all that to me is part of creativity.
I think right now one of the most important aspects that I would like to point out is that picking out a unique name. You know,
Okay.
something that separates you from others.
Right.
Don't just go like, don't take Heaven and just call yourself Heavens.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could put your name like my name is Carlos, right?
Yeah.
And so at one point I was gonna do Sorlock,
Uh-huh.
spell it backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, just kind of
Creativity, you know,
just
thinking out of the box.
Yeah, be creative.
Because you could have just been Carlos, but how many Carloses don't we have? You know what I
Well,
mean?
not. I mean, you throw a rock in the air, it's gonna land on a Carlos, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think be creative. Be creative with your with your thing. You know.
Yeah,
Whatever
man.
you do.
I thank you for your time, and coming from such an interesting background, going through everything you've gone through and losing the people that you've lost
Mhm.
through the whole journey, and to still be creative
Yeah.
and still be painting, it's a blessing.
No, it is a blessing, bro. It is. I mean, I can't even like speak on that even. Like without joking around with that, man, it is a blessing.
Yeah, because
It
you
is.
never know what curveball life could throw at us. We're here one day, we've got another, and
That's for sure, man.
I've learned to appreciate every second of life now because you never know. Before we get out of here, brother, let me ask you this. And your personal opinion, it doesn't mean that exactly that way, but just your personal opinion. What is a perfect executed graffiti piece?
A perfectly executed piece.
Well, let's
I'm gonna go with Tent.
Okay.
Tent. Tent was he was like the engineer architect of the crew.
Yeah.
Very disciplined. So you have your sketch, then you got your filling, got your coins, well balanced, color scheme.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to have a character, but if you want to have a character, that's
Yeah.
cool too. Big, kind of. It doesn't have to be big, but maybe a good size.
Yeah.
Maybe a good size be dope. You know what I mean? But I've seen pieces that are small and they tear up big pieces that are big. Like stereo.
Yeah.
100% speaking here. Yeah. So color scheme, the balance of letters, of flow of letters, originality, bro.
Yeah.
To me, originality it's strong.
Pick a style and make it your own.
Pick a style, make your own. Make your own.
Definitely. Well, again, brother, I just want to thank you for allowing me to come to your studio. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this conversation. I
Yeah.
highly appreciate it.
Thank
And-
you, man. Thank you for hitting me up and being part of Got No Control, bro. Thank you,
Yeah, I
man.
do my best to allow the world to hear these stories because I feel like it's important.
Right on.
It's important to understand an artist. It's
Right.
important to understand the culture.
Right on.
It's important. I feel like it's important to know these things
Right.
before you enter the culture. And
Right.
everybody won't agree with me, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I can't hold
Yeah.
them against for that.
Right.
But
Right.
again, brother, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Make sure
Thank
to
you.
like and subscribe. Check out Got No Control. Also, make sure to check out the merch at gotnocontrol.com. New website is up. Until next time, we out. Peace.